Everyone ready? Yeah, is everybody ready? Welcome to Titans Got Talent! Comedy next 2015! Just to start us off, I just wanted to acknowledge the debate club, since this is the first ever and inshallah annual Comedy Next 2015. Okay, before we start, we'd like to have a word from the president. Can we hear it from President McCartney?
It's President Muhammad. Thank you. Okay, so thank you all for showing up. I had a look outside. It's like a battlefield. Good job with the food. So we're waiting on our first performer, who's Tarek and who's really well known for being late. He's actually holding his stuff. I don't know what he was doing before. He did actually forget. So now I'm gonna ask you. There is some things that are gonna be said, okay? But it's all for the sake of laughs and for the sake of jokes, okay? Okay. So yeah, this is like a comedy event, right? It's kind of like a stand-up comedy thing. So if you think you might get offended, okay, thank you, Sanjeev. If you think you're gonna get offended, then maybe it's not that you should leave, but think of it.
You had your food, you may leave.
So yeah, just like it's all for the sake of laughs. It's all for jokes. None of the comedians mean any of it, right? So okay, so now we're just waiting on Clara, and as soon as he comes, try to make sure. Actually, not try. Make sure to make him feel really, really bad about being late. Okay? All right. Thank you.
Tell them who wants to hear a stand-up from Mohammed Janahi.
No.
What do I do now? I was supposed to wait for Tarek.
I gotta play some music. I don't know.
Do you want us to play some music?
He wants to hear his name from the crowd. Come on, guys. Make it.
Wait, who's been for me?
Mohammed. Okay, guys, just a little technical announcement. There's been a request from there that when you're exiting, just exit from the sides because they're trying to record something from there. So it'd be really nice if no one walks on the aisles. Okay, it's a comedy show, like it's fine. Don't get serious about it. It's fine. Okay. So what are we like waiting for Tarek? We want to have the
Say a joke. Go ahead.
I'm gonna look for Tarek. Once upon a time.
He's running away.
Get him!
And he successfully ran away.
Oh my goodness, okay. Hey, let's introduce ourselves in the meantime. You want to do that? I don't know what to do. No, listen.
Anyone does not know me, they probably heard me at some point in their college life, so.
So, my name is Sanjeev. Let's hear it for Sanjeev! And, she is... I love you, Sanjeev! Thank you. She is, oh, she doesn't need a mic, she's loud enough, right?
Yeah. I didn't want to introduce myself. I knew this joke was coming, so there's just no way to dodge that.
I do not mean bad.
Hi everyone, I'm Anya. I'm mainly here because I'm the president of the computing club. I want to ruin this event so our events become better. So expect these related jokes from this side. Just saying. And I'm glad McCurdy is up here. He's like, okay, I never said that.
Let's hear it for Shine! Okay, here, since you're here, you have to say something funny. What? Where's Tarek? Is this supposed to be a joke?
Funny doesn't come when you're trying so hard. So Sandeep, when I decided I'm gonna MC this, Sandeep just asked me, okay, what jokes are we gonna say? What are we gonna say that's gonna be funny? Once you ask someone to be funny, no matter how funny they actually are, their sense of humor just goes away. It just fades. So heads up, don't ask people to make jokes, Sandeep. Meantime.
Pass the time. Does anyone want to do stand-up comedy? Sing a song? Yusuf? I didn't see my speech. What? Yusuf? No, I'm fine. else?
Can I make an announcement, please? Someone wants to make an announcement. Identify yourself, stranger.
My name is Papa Amir, and this is comedy night. So people, I'm assuming, love comedy here. And guess what was the first comedy event of CMUQ? April 12th, BN 2152, BS 201, Tommy Huddle in the Crane Nappy.
But get me. Someone is trying to use your event to market their event and their club, and this is unacceptable. You should stop that.
Did somebody do that with the computer club? Did somebody do that with the computer club? Okay. I think we're ready. Mohammed? Okay. Since it's not Tarek, it's gonna be Janahi. Okay, so before
Some
this,
real funny people to come up here.
yeah. Okay. Oh my God, Tarek's here.
Tarek's here. He's
Oh my goodness. Okay, so now we're gonna have Tarek back again. Let's hear it for Tarek. Before we had the organizing of this event, we asked if the comedians could tell us a little about ourselves. So this is a self-proclaimed introductory message that Tarek Al-Hariri has said. Ali, do you want to say it?
That's from the audience. After too late.
Thank you.
Tarek Al-Hariri identifies himself as. Tarek is known by none to be the world's greatest mind. That's one true part. Self-proclaimed master in philosophy, psychology, sociology, dudeology, and dinosaurology. He has written 0 works and as such has been able to publish a lot of nothing. Globally recognized in his own world as the leading figure for tasting cheesecakes. Tarek has blessed us all here today with his late presence. We are honored not just to see someone as unique as him and late as him, but even tolerate his meaningless words. Please join me in welcoming Tarek Al-Hariri to
Okay. Right. Thank you guys for having me. Sorry I'm a little late. I have a bad sense of time. I was running on Arab Standard Time. So. But I'm going to mention you in this. I hope you're okay with that.
I forgot what's coming in.
Yeah. Alright, so first off, I would like to thank the organizers of the Debate Society for holding such a fun, comical event where I can have the unique opportunity to show everyone how lame I can actually be. Yeah, exactly. You see the other beers are happy about that. I'm not even joking, by the way. There is one interpretation, it seems going to curl his eyebrows, as to why I spell my name T-A-R-E-K and not T-A-R-I-Q. Alright? And that would be because I lack IQ. I used to think I was smart. We probably all did while going through high school. But then I came to Carnegie Mellon. And I realized that at times, a monkey could be trained to perform more complicated tasks than I could. It was kind of sad in the beginning, but then I really grew to respect monkeys. So I decided to beat those monkeys, and I worked very hard in this university, and I put my full effort in my classes. However, there were some days that just weren't as good as others. So I'm going to tell you guys a couple of stories about why I don't spell my name with T-A-R-I-Q. So in sophomore year, I was taking a statistics course. It was exceptionally hard, especially since I didn't speak Spanish. Either way, I fell behind really quickly and tried my hardest to catch up. In the last couple of months, I started going through the labs in class. I was very excited, starting to understand exactly what numbers were. Fred's there! Oh, he remembers the story. Yeah, Fred's gonna laugh again. But anyway, So what happens is, I raise my hand after getting stuck on this lab. And the professor, who shall remain unnamed, came by and was very eager. He was all happy, like, oh, Tarek, what's up? What's your question? And so I paused for a moment, I looked at him, I'm like, Professor, how do you find the average over a set of data? I don't know how to do it on Excel. I was convinced there was no way. Keep in mind this was 1 month before the final. And so he was all happy in the beginning, then he's like, just use the average function. Oh, thank you, Professor. That helped a lot. Oh, that's how you do it. Okay. Yeah. I've never seen someone that disappointed in me in my life. Well, except for maybe my parents. So I scratched my way out of that course and started finding my way into other courses. One particularly interesting course was Information Systems Milieu. Yeah, all my IS fellow seniors remember this well. Anyways, Information Systems Milieu, I was going in as a business administration sort of sophomore at the time. And so as I go in, the professor thinks that I'm completely technologically incapable. Not even technologically retarded. And it was no doubt that he would look at me. Every couple of days he would go, oh, business guy, how was the course? It's a little tough, isn't it? It's okay. Do you know what a variable is yet? It's a little tough, Professor. Don't worry about it, business guy. You'll get it soon. Middle class. So what are we talking about marketing today? Business guy! Maybe you can tell us a little bit about marketing. Yeah, marketing. It's how you get others to know about your product. Did everyone hear that? Say that again, business guy. It's how you get others to know about your product. Oh, perfect. And so I was doing actually pretty well in the course. I was making my way to a high B or an A. And so I decided to not really study for one of the quizzes. This was an exceptionally hard quiz. We were covering what a mouse was. Right? I still remember this quiz. And so I was taking it with one of my friends, there were a number of people in the class, and we both did not study because we were both busy with other stuff, probably playing games all night, but it's fine. And so we go to the professor's office later for another project, and he goes like, what was wrong with you guys? I know the quiz was a little bit tough, and I would expect that much from Tarek. He's a businessman. He doesn't know what a mouse is. It's fine, you know. He's business. But you used to be in computer science. Now Tarek, it's fine if he doesn't understand. Really? And so he had this idea in his mind that I would just be completely incapable. I still remember once when we were doing the database project with him. Professor, could you just help me with this one query? Comes up. This must be so difficult. Move to the side, move to the side. I sit down, yes, Professor? He takes the keyboard from me. Let me help you out with this. It's okay, you just... Okay. Professor, I'm also having trouble with my Java homework. Yeah. Anyways, just so you all know, I made it out of that course with an A, even though the professor probably was shocked. There was no academic integrity, except for maybe with the professor. In any case, so then what happens is eventually I make it out of that course. And so I start making it into junior year, sophomore year, when you start taking things seriously in university. And I remember I was taking 2 courses, which was microeconomics and also, is it possible to load the picture? Yeah.
It's macro.
Actually, wait 1 second. Sorry. It's just that I really want you guys to see this picture.
Not micro.
Alright. You guys need to see. The mouse is right there. Where's the mouse? I can't find it. Is this it? 1 second, just technical difficulties. I arrived late, so yeah. Yes.
Give us some story from
you remember this, don't you? Of course you remember this. Everyone remembers this. How do you full screen this?
Ironically, they're all business.
Okay, alright. Sorry, just some technical difficulties. I am the business guy. Alright. So anyways, what happens is I move into this microeconomics quiz. I'll let you guys know that macroeconomics quiz. And I'll let you know that during that week it was pretty tough. I had about 4 midterms, maybe 2 quizzes, a paper, and a final. So, I decided to forsake some stuff. This quiz was one of them. And that would also play into why I forsook a lot of other quizzes as well. And so what happens is, me and my friends were sitting around preparing to go into this quiz. And we're all hyper saying, oh, we're all gonna fail, yeah, woohoo! So I know what happens, we're getting ready to go in, right? I sit down, I see Mohammed Janahi sitting somewhere else, I see other of my friends sitting somewhere else, Abou sitting over there. Sit down, distribute the quizzes. I look at it, 2 questions. And so I decided to spend a more productive use of my time. And I made the following image, which was projected. By the way, I didn't add those tears, the teaching assistant did. I obviously wasn't crying, I was just on a lack of sleep. I don't know if you noticed, but that's a unicorn, not a rhino. I just kind of suck at drawings. Oh yeah, the best part of it, the question was, show the effects of implementing tax X on the curve before and after. So it's before, Z, after. And for all those who are business, they'll know that looks stupid, I guess. I'm business, so it's fine, I'm the business guy.
You don't have to be business to see.
Yeah. I guess it's stupid enough not to laugh, right? Anyways, I finished off that course, that quiz, getting a higher grade than Mohammed bin Kilman. I think it was 4 out of 10 on that quiz. I don't know how, but maybe the professor liked it a lot. But I still haven't got it back. Maybe it's on his fridge or something. Anyways. So I go out of this quiz and straight into my final with my friend Ahmed Sundarov. This was a sight to behold, all right? Because this was the game theory final. And for those who know about game theory, you'll know that it's pretty difficult. For those who don't, it's basically studying the art of making decisions on how to not make decisions. It's basically trying to understand different incentives and stuff. Yeah. And so we go in, and this is, by the way, one of the more difficult courses taught at CMU, even though it's a mini course. And so I go in, I can see all of my fellow senior peers, junior peers sitting down. Ahmed is all stressed. And Luba's like, okay, we're gonna do. Narcis is in the corner, he's like, I turn into a pass-fail. And so, we get ready. The professor distributes the final. It's like a 2-hour final. I look at it, same reaction. And I forgot everything I ever took in that course. I'm just looking at it. And so I stop. And I look around. I say, how's everyone else doing? I go, I see Aluba. I look over and I see Ahmed Sundarov. And so I'm like, okay, time to skip the first question. Time to skip the second question. Time to skip the third question. Done. And so 30 minutes into the final, I actually start trying to give it an attempt. I'm writing. Everyone around me is starting to write. I look over Ahmed Sundarov still. 40 minutes into the final, I notice Ahmed gets up and leaves the room. Do I have to go to the bathroom or something? 10 minutes pass, he's not back. Of course, it's more distracting for me to keep track of him. I was worried for him, you guys are worried for your brothers and sisters. So I'm like, where's Ahmed? Is everything okay? Everything must be fine. 20 minutes in, 30 minutes in, an hour passes. Oh, did he finish the final that quickly? My God, the guy's brilliant. I come out of the final going like, man, you know what? I didn't even want a B in that course, you know, I'm fine with a C. I'm walking, I go to the rec room and I'm like, oh man, guys, that final was crazy. So, oh really? Yeah, what final was that? Oh, game theory, you know, it's so tough. Oh, Ahmed's in that course, right? It's like, yeah. I heard he dropped. Final, looked at it, got up, went to Mark Stelik's office. I was like, is he still accepting us dropping? And so yeah, at times, I will notice that like, what was that?
Sometimes you gotta make tough decisions.
Tough decision. You know, it's not easy, especially with these courses. You guys all experience this, of course. You know? And so, and I still managed to do well. I'm expected to graduate sometime in the next decade. And you know, inshallah, make it out of CMU good. You know. And so, you know, now I'm just going to end this by saying, you know, keep your spirit head high. You know, you can make it out just as high as that. And you know, all the best. And thank you for having me.
Well done. Statistics in Spanish show that was very funny.
Yeah? Okay.
Well, that wasn't.
It's okay.
Such a great microphone.
Okay. Up next. Oh, it says next up. Okay. Next up, ladies and gentlemen, is a, okay, how about we do this? We're gonna put the guessing game, okay? We'll start yelling once we know the person. Okay, wait. Wait! It's a BA sophomore. You normally won't see this guy around. Because of his love for sleep. Trust me, he would have put Robert Frost to shame of his saying, the woods are lonely, dark and deep, but I have miles to go before I sleep. His version would have been, the woods are whatever, I need to sleep right now. Without further ado, the guy who brings smiles to our face and whenever we meet him, please welcome Zain!
I made it on time for this one. At least I made it on time for this one. So, for those of you who don't know me, I am a BS sophomore, as Sanjeet already mentioned, and you don't see me around campus because I love sleep. I seriously love sleep. Secondly, moving on, I just want everybody to know that I might be cracking some jokes which might offend people, but I really hope people here come with an open mind. So, and please do not judge me upon whatever I say. Is that fine? Is that fine? I see Indians shaking their head. Indians are all shaking their head. Okay, no problem. We'll do it. Alright, so when I came to CMU last year, like in August 2013, I was looking forward to having an international community here at CMU. I was really happy to see that we had Arabs and we had Desis and Desis. More Desis. That's it. Like seriously, that's it. So, but to be very honest, I made a very good friends, very good Indian friends, and they are one of the best people I've ever known. But until they start speaking. What the all of those, see the taxi drivers, all of them would be like, every person, I swear, every taxi driver.
By the way, there's this amazing fact. Do you know the natural birth rate in India? Like the birth rate, like the natural birth rate in India, like not the C-section, the natural birth rate. I was amazed to see, I was seriously amazed to see it was as low as 28%. Despite the head shakes. Despite the head shakes. It would have been so much easier to get the baby out than the head shakes, but people, the percentage would have been up to 80 or 90%, but God damn, God damn. Are there any Bangladeshis in the house? Bangladeshis? Sorry we didn't have any fish and rice for you. I'm really sorry, Abou. Whenever you have to figure out any Bangladeshi in CMU, just keep on, like, you just have to say, you have to hear the sound of Abou, Medina Abou, Farjana Abou, or hey. What would you say, Anas? No Abous, no Farjana?
No, I said go out.
Go Abous, alright, alright. About the... What? No daggers. Like, have you guys ever called KFC for home delivery? Anybody, can you turn on your mic and tell me how they respond? Anyone? Would you want to take chocolate cake? Cheesecake? Would you want any chocolate cake, sir? Hello, sir, madam. Is that all? Sorry, sir. French fries, finish. I seriously feel that Qatar Foundation should affiliate KFC with, under its, as a company, because many of the Filipinos here, like I myself, I'm on financial aid, many of the Filipinos here are on financial aid. It would be a great plus for them to, like, if KFC is affiliated with Qatar Foundation, and when they graduate, they automatically get jobs over there. So they don't have to worry about the payment, they don't have to worry about the loans at all, I swear. I swear. No rent, salary, I'm sorry. I see. I'll still describe. Moving on to the majority, like the Arabs here. How would... Yusuf, how would an Arab pronounce your name? How would an Arab pronounce Yusuf's name? Yusuf. We're just changing now because so I cannot make my point. Where's Musa? Is Musa somewhere around here?
Oh, you mean Mus'ab?
Yeah. I don't get it. Why do you always have to put in the in every word? Like his parents call him Musa, not Musa'ab. Yusuf's parents call him Yusuf. No, they call him Yusuf. They call him Yusuf, not Yusuf. It's Vanessa, not Vanessa. That's where the comes from. Like seriously. But the other Arab nations, like you'll have people from Lebanon and you'll have people from Lebanon and people from like other Arab nations like Morocco talking about food. And there will be some Pakistani here talking about. Want to talk about terrorism? No? There aren't a lot of Pakistani people around here, I guess. But I expected much more here because of the free food that we had here. But never mind. That's all for now. This was my first time. I hope you enjoyed it. And I'm sorry for offending anyone, if anyone got offended. So, thank you very much.
Hey Zain. Thank you very much. Okay, up next we have... Okay, here's what it says, yeah?
I don't even get up.
Alright, come on. Yeah.
I keep getting up every time. You know how much effort it takes to what is this?
What do we have next?
Yes. Oh, that's the I'm looking forward to that one. I'm gonna start with how this person identifies themselves. Okay, there we got someone who thought it would be a good idea to perform, but is starting to regret that. Who do you think is starting to regret that?
Yes. So, everyone knows, as you may all know, that I'm known to go around looking for free food events. I'm labeled now as the free food hunter. And that's usually not something I usually, it's not something I give to myself, it's just something everyone has generalized to be known. And I got a good example for that. Like, just a couple of days ago, I was just walking around, minding my own business. And out of nowhere, two guys start following me. So I'm like, okay, what's up guys? Is there anything? I was like, oh no, we're just going your way. So where's the food? So I'm like, oh, okay, but I was surprised. I didn't expect that at all. But to be honest, I was actually going for the food. So we all went together, obviously, and just got the food we needed. But so like until now, I have this reputation of the free food hunter. But it did not become like that instantly. You had to work for it. It started off obviously by actually buying food. So my first experience was with my family. I had to go. We went on a vacation to Malaysia, and over there the flight is a very long flight. So we reached there very tired and very hungry. It was already way too late. So I think it was like 3 a.m. in the morning. So the first obvious place was to go to the hotel and look for and ask if they served us any food. Obviously, the obvious answer was no, since it was so late. So we had to go all together looking for a place to serve us or anything. We were just that hungry. So we threw our luggage in the lobby, not caring about anything. But luckily, obviously, or luckily, just luckily in general, our bags were still there. So we went out, and all the normal restaurants couldn't serve us because they were closed. So we had to. We started looking around in these shady neighborhoods. We couldn't find anything except for this one spark of light at the end of the neighborhood. The place seemed very shady, but the good news is there was a line of people being served. So that's good news for some food at least. So with our Arab instincts, we went on it and just straight to it. It looked like a very shady KFC restaurant. But it's Malaysia after all, so we didn't know what to expect. So while waiting in line, it went all fine and stuff until we reached to make our order. The chef just in the background, like just behind the guy serving us, cuts off the heads of the chicken and serves it to the people on the spot, out of nowhere. Yes. So obviously we just went out of the place and like we had to sleep it off until the next morning. It was that bad. But so this story happened a very long time ago. It was when I was a kid, so it started early. But apparently, even until now, I'm still not old enough, according or in the eyes of other people. For example, in university, everyone keeps calling me a freshman for some reason. Yeah. And I have a good example for that. And this happened very recently. This semester, I was working on this project closely with this girl. And 2 weeks in working on our project, she comes to me like, with all confidence, it's probably like just a reassurance question. So you're a freshman, right? No, why would you think I was a freshman? It's like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean anything. It's like, oh, so, okay. And then she just responds with confidence, also like, this is the definite second answer. So how's sophomore year? It doesn't work that way, but so I saved her the embarrassment, like, okay, I'm a senior, yeah, let's go for it. I miss the old days when I was actually a kid in high school. Expectations there were never like, oh, you're a freshman, you're a sophomore, junior, or whatever. There, everyone is just a kid, even if you're in the 12th grade or whatever. But in our school, things were a bit different. Our class was a bit special. We were very, let's call it, barbaric. Everyone there had to connect every game we play with hitting or just fighting, as anything. It's just a barbaric. They've been known around the school to be the barbaric class, and it's been that way for our whole class until we graduated. But one of our games was called Chibi. In that Chibi game, you had to crush a can and play with it as a football. But you don't score in the net. The aim of the game is to shoot the can in to pass it through between your legs. And if it passes between your legs, you're targeted. So you have to go to a safe house. Usually the safe house there was a lamppost in the playground or anything. So one targeted. Obviously, that's not the whole game, or else it wouldn't be barbaric. For the guy to reach the safe house, he has to avoid everyone else by not being hit. So while running to the lamppost, he has to dodge all the punches and all the slaps, whatever, by everyone else playing the game, which is around 15 to 20 students usually. It makes it more fun. But as barbaric as we are, we have rules. So no, while running to your target, you're not allowed to hit back. But we had a special kid. He decided that it would be wise to run and hit because it's the most sensible way to get away with it, I guess. But we didn't like that. So he did that, and usually our class's punishment for such an act is a slap from each individual. And the guy did not like the idea of this. So he started running around the school, and obviously with 20 students or 15 running around him around school, it wasn't a very good idea. He had limited places to run to. He thought the best place to go to was the bathroom stall. Little did he know that we followed him to the bathroom stall, obviously. But the thing is, the bathroom stall is not the ceilings of the bathroom stall does not extend. The walls of this bathroom stall does not extend to the ceiling. So a lot of stuff could happen. So we decided to take a couple of students, took two stalls beside him on each side, and used the shower heads and sprayed them from above. It was terrible, obviously. Of course, some other students decided to be a bit creative. They used wet paper towels to throw at him. It's clean though, wet paper. So it kept going for around 5 minutes or so, until at the end he had to leave the bathroom, all wet and soaked with water. So in a way we didn't smoke him out, just drown him out.
Wait, which school was that?
Jurfat. Yeah, sure. But as barbaric as we were, we felt pity for the guy. So, coming out wet, we still, only a couple of guys gave him a slap and let him go. But this kind of stuff was so normal, so no one really complained or anything. Like, it could happen to any of us, you know? It's just normal games in every break we have. just high school, I don't know. Everything changed though once we reached university.
You become the foot hunter.
Yeah, food hunter, that's the good stuff. And I guess that's how I end.
Yeah, I guess we all know why you're here, Ammar, so, but thanks anyway. Thank you, that was great. Next.
Just a question. Ammar, just a question.
Ammar.
Yes.
Did you get some food?
Some food? There are like some people here in CMU that you see walking, they go by an event, right, and then they pass by with a plate and with a mountain of pizza. Like, not one slice, not two slices, a mountain of pizza, and they're outside the event. There you go.
What?
I think we've got a new food hunter in the house.
Okay, next up.
Next up, the upcoming act is a duo. Duo.
Yeah, duo. Come on.
The upcoming act is a duo, you guys. I think they just shouldn't be speaking it. They both wear glasses, they're both computer science students, they're both on the poster, so without further ado, let's all welcome.
Hello guys, how's it going?
Let's speak up.
Hey.
No, it's fine. You want me to sit down?
Listening, yeah.
Anyways, we hope you guys are having fun so far. We hope you have even more fun with us. You know, laugh at us please, because we are very nervous, and we are also amateurs. Anyways, damn it, Janahi. So, obviously as everyone here came up, said, please guys, take these jokes as jokes. We're gonna get everyone here, right? Except maybe Zihan. This guy's epic. So, you know, the reason why we always give these, you know, small little disclaimers is because
You don't want people coming up to us and be like, what the hell, man?
and also because there's a lot of cultural diversity, you know, in Qatar, you know. And you don't even need to go outside. You don't need to go outside CMUQ to realize this. You don't even need to go outside your car, you know. All you have to do is just turn on the radio, you know. And you know, at one point, I realized that I understand the news of different languages. Just because of how much I listen to it, you know. It's really overwhelming. So at one point I was just in the car, you know, I was just driving. Like, yeah, I'm gonna turn on the radio now.
Good evening.
Guys, I'm driving. Focus here.
Apple's latest product, and they said they put out the Apple Watch and their mind blasting design here.
Anyways, you know from this little segment, we're talking about the new iWatch, right? I mean, you can do this for anything, you know, Musleh, give me another one.
Okay. Let's see.
Okay.
Today, madam, go to the blue dress, so they're causing confusion here in the blue.
angry at you for bringing that up.
I'm sorry, man.
Yeah, he can beat me up anyway. Any case,
Oh, this is Photoshop, by the way.
in any case, you don't even need to, listen to the radio. All you do is just turn off the radio and turn down your windows. Swear to God, you can just hear the most amazing things on the outside of the street. You just hear like an Egyptian woman. Yelling at their children, Let's yell at the wall!
I'm in Kentucky!
So, for those of you not speaking English, there's an angry mother. And that the children want the KFC or whatever. And there's another example, for example, even if I'm a boss calling my employee, my disappointing Arab employee. Hello?
Yes,
why are you late?
I'm actually in the elevator.
Yeah, I can see you right outside. You're in a traffic light.
Cairo's really crowded. We have like 90 million, man.
You guys are laughing now, right? But everyone goes back to his roots, no matter who you are, you have to always go back to no matter how good your accent is or how far your accent is from your original one. For example, I had this friend once, right? Musleh is going to be my friend from now. How was your summer? How's your holiday? I didn't hear from you.
Well, last summer, I actually went back to Pakistan. States like years ago, but originally I'm from Karachi.
Even if it's something completely different. Here's another example. Hi, hello, Mike.
Hello.
How are you doing?
Good, how are
You want to go back to my place? We're gonna play some PlayStation. I thought you were familiar with PlayStation. Yeah, everyone goes back to his roots. Another place where you find cultural diversity is in the gym. What? I go to the gym, yes. Yeah, I stopped.
You're a member of Strength Club, isn't it? Aren't you? Member of Strength Club.
Oh, yes. It's okay. No need to show off, it's fine. So anyways, I was just in the gym, doing my own business. I don't know, squatting, because gotta get that butt. I was just squatting, doing my own business. There's weights on my back, and even focusing on not getting crushed. There's this coach behind me, I don't know what he's doing. And he's just talking to some guy, I don't know, I'm not focused.
Look, man, this is proper form. Straight back, only squat like this.
Thanks for including me for this. What's so funny about this coach? It's because whenever someone goes to work out, yes, I work out. So whenever someone goes to work out, he's doing reps or lifting weights or doing whatever, he's probably grunt, something cool. But this guy, he puts on headphones and he starts doing some, I don't know, my shoulder.
So this guy puts on headphones and then he goes, yeah,
That's fine, A lot of people get very creative with their grunts, At one point I was, at the gym also. See, yeah, I still go to the gym. And I was getting ready for a session, right? So getting pumped. The gym's all quiet. I get to focus. Yeah, grab the weight, huh? just stuck, you know? Because getting stuck with weights is kind of horrible because there's like 20 kilograms over your head, like, oh my god! So,
This guy was doing shoulder press with dumbbells. You know? So he was doing 1 rep, 2 reps, 3 reps, and he got stuck on like the last rep or so. And he started doing the following. That's happens they got a slaughter in the shit.
easy it goes. In any case, you know what's the worst thing about being in a computer science program and going to the gym? It's when you come back from the gym, you realize you have so much shit to do that you regret ever going to the gym. You know? But it's okay. It's okay. Why? Because you have your buddies.
You have buddies, huh?
So you go to the art around 4, right? You see the cultural diversity of Qatar in one room. You go inside and I'm like, where are the CF people? Maybe I should listen. So you go to the first table and you listen to the guy.
So man, we need to balance the sheet. How do we balance the sheet?
It's obviously business, right?
Cash flow, man.
Go to the second table.
Go this way to the camera.
Second table, you start listening.
So man, I don't think the UI design looks proper. You should do better. Or, but don't go, you know, just...
Oh, that's the highest table, yeah. Next table, yeah, go next table.
Yeah, the professor said the complexity needs to be linear.
You're Pakistani. Hey, good. I have a question for you.
Right, tell me.
Okay, listen.
Tell me.
Okay, I have a graph.
Sure.
So the graph.
What's a graph?
You
You're unsmart, right?
have points on a graph, right? You have lines between the points.
Right. Do you know the problem?
Yes.
Explain the problem.
Okay, the problem you have to find the distance.
But the professor spent maybe 2-3 times in class with this.
Okay, the shortest distance.
The shortest path.
Oh. Okay, sorry, yeah. The shortest path and we need to. Okay.
What do you do?
Well, I'm asking you.
What? Explained so many times. Okay, let me explain.
Please, yes.
You start with the first note.
Yes.
Then the second note.
Yes.
Then the third note.
Yeah, yes.
Then fingers in your hair and foot.
You know what? I understood.
You got it?
100%.
Very nice.
So you take the second note.
God! Are you skipping the participants? The first note.
Okay, so you take first note, second.
Oh,
Yes.
Alright.
I got it. Thank you. Not better. I don't understand. I didn't get it at all.
So here's the problem with CS. So according to statistics, like 40% of so like 40% of people enroll into CS, they drop out. But so here's the thing: they don't tell you this before you enter the program, right? They tell you this 2 semesters late. When you have like 3Cs, 4Ds, right? It's like when you want to jump off, skydive, right? And then you wear a parachute, and as soon as you step out of the plane, the pilot tells you, man, you have a 40% chance it's gonna open. What the shit, man?
No, actually, you know what? I don't think the courses are the problem, you know? Yeah. I think the professors are the problem. professor gets angry. Well, so here's how you piss off the professor. Do it unintentionally, right? Because the reason why a professor should get pissed off is because no one submitted the homework. Why does no one submit the homework? No one knows how to do the homework. Well, how does the professor respond? Well, he makes the homework harder. And I'm struggling. You should help me. And you know what? If the professor is angry, there's a few ways he can respond, right? So if you ask, so we have a thing called piazza, right, for you non-computer scientists. So, for those of you who don't know what piazza is a website where a student can ask a question about a course, right? And then the instructor would come back and he would answer that question. Yeah. Yeah? Good, thank you. So, anyways, so when you ask the professor one day before the deadline, the professor doesn't reply until 2 days after the deadline. Just to make sure you fail, That's if you're lucky. If you're unlucky, the professor would reply with a simple RTFM. If you guys don't know what RTFM is, well, we didn't know either, so don't get it. But as soon as we Google it, it's like, read the effing manual. So when you get a bit angry, you go to the professor. Professor, what is this RTFM that you posted on Piazza? Run the fashion manual. Professor, you lied to me. I Googled it,
You give me garbage, I give you garbage. Water, please.
Yeah,
Thank you. The camera's in it. So another thing that happened, so another reason why the professors are the problem. So we had this course. The professor used to teach it. He's no longer here. That's why I'm saying this. So this course has quizzes and midterms. I think it had like weekly quizzes or something. Anyhow, so when he gave out the quizzes, this professor at the beginning, after he gave out the quizzes, he was like, he told us something. He was what? Hey class, no, it's not. Okay. Wait, sorry. Okay. Yeah. Okay, class, if you don't think you're gonna get above 50, don't give me the quiz.
Hey, no that!
So I'm like, okay, sure. I started doing the quiz, right? And then he comes up to me and picks up my quiz while I'm doing it. He picks it up and he looks at it and he's like, "Seni loco, man." And he starts and then he goes to another guy in class and picks up this quiz. And he's like, "Oh, serious, good job, man." He puts it down. And then the student is like, "Oh, I studied, And then it's like, oh, makes sense. He's one of the breakouts. I mean, what is not breakouts? And that's for the quizzes. This guy also has midterms. So when we took a midterm, while we were doing it, one of my friends got up and he left. So while he was leaving, and he got up really early. So while he was leaving, I asked him like, "Why'd you leave?" And while he's leaving, he's like, "Where are you going?" He's like, "No, I'm done." And then I'm like, "Okay, sure, you probably finished." Okay. Half the class was planning on dropping the course, but I said let me wait until the midterm grades come out. So 2 weeks later, I opened Blackboard, scroll through the grades, and then I find like, oh, I look at my grade, and then open new tab, SIO. No, apparently I got 9 out of 100.
The average was probably like 40 something. So here's the thing, right? When a normal student gets a bad grade, business students. When a normal student gets a bad grade, yes, we're trying to get everyone. It's hard.
Yeah, since we just did the CSP part, that our competitor dues, now it's the other majors. So
We made fun of ourselves, now we get to make fun of you. That's basically it, right? Yeah. In any case, when a normal student gets, a bad grade, it's like, I got an 80 something, okay, I'm not gonna get an 8 anymore. Oh, well, too bad, ooh, you got a bad grade, we get 9 out of 100. It's not even funny at this time. So that's the deal, We feel so different from, business students. Because we go to your classes, we go take your group projects. And the most interesting thing about group projects is that you always find these two people. One person that doesn't work at all, that has all the free time in the world. Another person that has no free time whatsoever, So it would be like, oh yeah, we made a WhatsApp group. Yeah, we're hyped. Yeah, we're getting an A. Yeah, this is nice course, fun, marketing, whatever. Okay, yeah. Hey man, listen, what time do you want to go? So the first guy is like, oh man, I'm free that time. Okay, yeah, cool. Next guy, oh no, I'm not free. Okay, it's fine, let's choose another time. This time, this place. The first guy is like, oh, yeah, I'm free. Of course you're free. The second guy, no, I'm not free. Okay, you know what, I'm getting pissed. Tell me, what time do you want this meeting to happen? It's like, oh, Saturday at 8 a.m. What? I have shit to do. So in any case, so I text me, give me your schedule. I'll see where I can find the meeting. You know what? It's the most beautiful thing I've ever seen in my life. The business student's schedule. Wake up early, right? Internship 1, internship 2, internship 3, job 1, job 2. And I'm like, oh well, oops. Siemens sent me an email. That's about it. Then I look at the other stuff, right? Why he can't meet with me? By going to the gym, yeah. Benching the new max. 14 girlfriend. Important things. It's really difficult for us,
Yeah, that's for business people.
Yeah, let's do IS.
What, you want to fight, man? So I ask people, every time I go up to an IS guy and ask him, hey, how's it going, man? He always replies with, oh, just chilling. Like after midterms, how was your midterms? Just chilling. Man, your finals are next week, oh, just chilling. And I asked them, like, don't you guys have anything to do? And they're like, yeah, man, we design stuff, we propose stuff, we spit it there, we tag Facebook posts, and then if we want to code anything, we go to the CS people and like, here, I designed this for you, we'll do it.
Oh my God.
The only IS person who codes. So.
I would like to come in the room without being made fun of, please.
And you're in the wrong group.
So that's all we got for IS. But then, yeah, we had deadlines and stuff. So then there's this one major that everyone forgets about. So we said we have to be fair, so we have to give everyone a piece of the pie, So we sat down with biological science. What content can we come up with? And then we realized there's only like 7 of them on campus. And that's pretty much it for bio.
Yeah, just don't come up after the show, Hey, man. Thank you.
That's a one round of applause for that. Come on!
Anyway, that happens when CCS person. Guys, CCS is really not that bad. Like, computer science, you really can fine. And CSL was 2012. And you still have no idea what I'm talking about? Really? Really? Do you guys have any idea what I'm talking about?
Wow, now this is an audience. You know the problem with tension is it turns you from Shakespeare to Tahsin. Before I begin, a thank you to the organizers and a round of applause for everyone else for setting the bar so high. Good job, guys. Alright, first things first. The title of my performance is It Was Funny in My Head. And the title of this performance is inspired by my friend, Peh. What Jen would do is, he would tell a lot of jokes, good ones on rare occasions. If they were funny, he would sit there and smile like he was a genius. And if the joke doesn't work, he just says, you know, well, it was funny in my head. So if this performance works, then I'm a genius. And if not, then it was funny in my head. Alright, now to confuse you with some vocabulary. The more perceptive of you have probably noticed that I had a vertical protrusion on the front lower half of my face, also called a beard. I've had this thing going for 2008 minus 3, and then how much? Almost 10 years now. I'm getting going, yeah. Regardless, the beard comes with a package of prejudice, and it's placed me in a lot of awkward situations inside and outside of CMU. And the performance today is just to tell you a few of those situations. Alright, good. First off, in CMU, people take one look at you and automatically assume that you are a monk. Well, why is this so true? I'm not saying it's true, I'm saying it's true that people assume. People assume that you're the pure, clean, innocent human being that could never think of anything shameful, has never even seen an ankle, you know? But at the same time, and this, I don't understand this, but at the same time, people assume that you're, you know, the internally angry, judgmental, like the super militia that's always judging everyone all the time, right? This perception, check this out, yeah, this perception makes people look at me with a mixture of sympathy and resentment. And many times I've just mistaken that for simple disgust. Which is why very frequently I had bad self-image in my freshman year. Oh, that was actually sad. Whoa. No, but seriously, like, people are amazed when I say like I know 9 gag, yeah? Like, it's easy. Your eyes pop and jaws drop, you know? And like, I live on Earth, by the way, yes? My beard does not connect me to another internet, Islam net or something. Like Islam net, where Chef Google will guide you through beard book and ads, Islamnet, a proper place to attend benefit between your prayers. Islamnet, connect to Allah, then connect to us today. No, but my point is, yes, I know a lot of things. I know a lot of anime, I know ASDF movie, Dog Snap, RJW, Tobuscus, Epic Rap Battles. Yeah, Meantime, Nostalgia Critic, Urban Dictionary. Maybe I know too much. Maybe I'll keep some of those titles to myself. Oh no, but check this out. Yeah, always forget I ever mentioned anything scandalous. Like if I mentioned Miley Cyrus, or I mentioned Anaconda. Shades of Grey, yeah? Oh my god. It's like heads turn and necks crack, yeah? Everyone has this running joke. Whenever I mention something that I shouldn't know, he's like, Janahi, you know the beard is falling off? But the point is, but check it out, yeah? Just because I know something or I know about something doesn't mean I've seen it. Yeah? A very, very crucial difference. You don't believe me? I know most of you don't believe me. But let me give you an example, yes? Most of you have heard about Hiroshima and Nagasaki, yes? But I seriously doubt that any of you have ever been there, yeah? So unless you're sitting here in this room hiding superpowers that were gained from prolonged exposure to radiation, you've heard about something, but you haven't been there, you haven't seen it, yes? In fact, for the adamant non-gaggers out there, you've heard about the movie The Interview. Yes. You know about it, but you haven't seen it. In fact, you don't just know about it, you know about the jokes in the movie, right? They hate us because they ain't us. That's what you've never seen the movie. Yeah, so the point is, I know about pop culture, but I still try to keep my life Islamic, yeah? And for example, I don't listen to music. We usually, when I tell people that, they equate it with, I don't breathe oxygen. Like they start asking me things like, do you have a life? Do you enjoy life? Do you know what a smile is? And I'm like, look, I don't listen to musical instruments, yes? And I don't listen to women singing voices. Those are my red lines. But, you know, that doesn't exclude oxygen. I mean, nasheed, yeah? You heard about nasheed, aka acapella. It's a thing. Look it up. You'll have better lives, yeah? No, but in fact, you know, I appreciate art, yes? I appreciate art, exactly. I just don't enjoy explicitly below the waist stuff. That's very simply what it is, you know? Don't freak out, keep your pants on. Like, okay, yeah, awkward situations, yes? Check this out. There was one time I was in Pittsburgh, yes? How's the volume, by the way? Can everyone hear me okay? Yeah. Even without the mic? Yeah. Amazing ears. Alright, so check this out, yes? Once I was in Pittsburgh, and I was at one event and going to another, and it was time for prayer. So I was intending to go to pray, but then a man stopped me, a guy that was with me stopped me, and he happened to be non-Muslim. And he said, yeah, but you can pray later, yes? And he looked at my face, and then I must have looked like I had a face from Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Because the guy started to apologize violently. Like I must have had like RPGs in my hand, and jihad songs in the background. Even though I'm pretty sure all I had was a bit of surprise and some confusion, because the guy was actually right. I could have prayed. But like, how do you get out of that situation? Yes. How do I show you that I'm not a terrorist? Do I suddenly, you know, say rainbows? Yes. All right. Or do I get into like a rap battle about women's rights? Or you know, I don't know, like I like Fruit Loops and I can't outlaw. Everyone is surprised. Alright, and the awkward situations don't stop inside CMU, yeah? They extend to the outside world. For example, I was in Milan, and I was going for a movie. What? You go for movies? Don't freak out, I go for movies. So I get to the cinema a few minutes early, yes, and it's time for prayer, so I go to the masjid and stay in the masjid in the back of the masjid because it's still about time for prayer. And slowly I start noticing that people are, each independently, turning around and looking my way expectantly. I didn't get it at first, but then a guy turned to me with questions in his eyes, and he tilted his head suggestively. Like, you know, let's pray. And then it dawned on me, right? This whole place, filled with over 40 people that have never communicated with me or with each other, have collectively passed judgment that I'm the imam in this house. Why am I assumed to be the imam? Yeah, and then to add salt to the wound. A few minutes later, the looks start getting angry. As if to say, come on, imam, do your job, you know? What are you paying? What are we paying you for? And I'm like, you don't pay me! Father. That's another thing, yes? I don't cuss or curse. But then I do use other substitutes. Like, for example, I always say, may Allah reward you with whatever you deserve. Or, in Arabic, that's jazakallah khair. I'll be like, you don't pay jazakallah khair! Yeah, so why is weirdo, always the imam, you know? And like, what will happen if you have two weirdos in the masjid? Right? Do you go with the one with the longer beard? Do you have a measuring tape with you at all times just for such a remember? Oh, and check this out, yeah? And what's the deal with always asking me for a fatwa on the go? Check Google, I don't think this, yes? And you know, if I say yes, khalas, it's halal, then we're good to go. I'm going to be asked, right? Please don't tell me, Allah, you know? I need the Bible to it. No, but look, man, I have enough knowledge to answer more on my own. Yeah, I don't need your, does toothpaste break my fast on my shoulder as well? Messed up that joke. Moving on.
Was funny in your head.
It was funny in my head. Oh, wait, and check this out. Yeah, Lord forbid, you ask me a question, and then I say, I don't know. Oh my God, I get more raise than QF Link. Look, I'm allowed not to know. Yeah, I'm just a guy with a beard, you know? I'm just trying to get through life without any major injuries. Physical, mental, and psychological, please. And look, it's not a question I can understand, yeah? I can get. But check this out, yeah? There was once I was in Kuwait. Yes, indeed, yes. But then, you know, someone was like, oh, what are you doing in Kuwait? Yes, I am. So I'm walking on the street when suddenly this Pakistani brother stopped me, yes? And he said, can I ask you a question? And being the nice guy I am, I say, yeah, sure, why not? So he tells me, look, my friend just had a daughter, and they wanted to give her a name. So their other friends suggested a name for them, and he said that this name is an Arabic name, but might have Turkish origins. So the name is Ayra, A-A-Y-R-A. That's how it's spelled. And my question is, in Arabic, does this name start with an alif or an ain? What quiz show is this? Is it Ayra or Ayra? You know, and what does it mean? By the time I was finished with the question, I was already asleep. I was like, man, no, that's it. So I think about this question for a while, yes? And I could not think of any Arabic name that relates to this one. It doesn't mean anything in Arabic. The closest thing, be prepared for this joke. The closest thing was exactly what I was thinking, which was, which is a word in Arabic that means prostitute. And I'm pretty darn sure that that friend did not mean that name. I'm pretty sure. Unless he actually hates them, in which case I'm already too involved in this drama. So then I just told him, no, I don't know. It doesn't sound like anything to me, and move on. And the situation could have ended right then and there. Right? What the guy does is he says this, oh, thank you. I just thought I'd ask you because you know. And oh my. And look, here's what came to my mind at the time. I was like, why? Is this thing a diploma of some sort? Is there a stamp somewhere over here that I'm not seeing? You know that I put like zero effort into growing the beard. Literally, all I had to do was not shave. That's all I had to do, right? It doesn't automatically come with the USB of Islamic knowledge that you download it to your brain, you know? But I smiled and said, yeah, haha, Zakallah. Little do you know, yeah? Alright, hope you enjoyed that. Yeah. That was But if you want to applaud, go ahead. That was the parts that I was mostly sure were going to be funny. The following is a series of situations that I entitled Guys with Beards. Don't you hate it when? And they're going to get more and more specific, yes? So let's see how many you get these books. Alright, so guys with beards. Now actually this is just Muslims in general. Don't you hate it when you walk into a masjid a bit late for the congregational prayer and you find a guy just praying on the side. So you start praying next to him and thinking to yourself, Alhamdulillah, I found someone to pray with. And then it turns out they were praying sunnah. What they do is completely ignore your existence. And then before in your existence. Like, bro, don't leave me hanging, bro. Be tolerant for this one, yes. One time I found a guy praying, yes. So I started praying next to him, and he was in his sujood. He was on the ground, prostrated, right? So I started prostrating next to him, and then he finished his prostrating. He got up, and when he got up, he stood up and he did this. Oh my God, this guy is Shia. This guy is Shia. And I don't mean any disrespect to anything or to any sect or anything, but it's just that the way they pray is different. And I don't know how to pray in that way, right? So I'm going to look like a new Muslim, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, so the guy makes a ruku, gets up, goes into sujood. I follow him for those. When he goes into sujood, I turn around and make a tactic. Alright, next. Okay, yes. Don't you hate when you meet a new person of the opposite gender and they don't know that Muslims generally don't shake hands with people from the opposite gender. But then they extend their hands out. The moment of terror, yes? You can see it in slow-mo, right? And in your head it's like the Jaws theme song, you know? It's like, hi, how are you? And like, the other guy's like, hi. And you're like, no! The simple solution I came up with was gloves. Gloves, man. Hey, man, it saved my life. Okay, check this out, yeah? This still seems to amaze people for some reason, yes? By the way, I shampoo my beard. And I condition it. I blow dry it. And sometimes I even get split ends, yeah? It's hair, yes? People assume that the beard is like an old sock attached to my face. Like, look, there's things that you don't realize about life with a beard. There are questions that you need answers to, but you just, I mean, like for example, when I go to bed, do I put my beard above or below the blanket? About this question, he couldn't sleep for 3 days. I made peace with that. How about this? As a guy with a long beard, will I ever be able to respectively wear a bow tie like Professor Oliver? This beard covers the whole thing, man. Yeah, I love your heads there. Or how about this? Have you ever thought about what it's like to have a bad beard day? When you comb like crazy, but there's this one hair that insists on having its own unique personality. All you have to do is like just take care of it. Okay, the last moment, yes? And this, I think, is like the most specific joke I've ever written in my life, yeah? Don't you hate it when you're wearing a thobe and it has a click button collar, or you're wearing any shirt with a click button collar, and you're talking and walking and everything is normal, and then suddenly one hair gets caught in the collar. You'll be like, oh man, that is cool and everything, and then suddenly, oh! Yeah, so that's painful. That's as far as I wrote.
We have all participants here today, so we can give them one final round of applause. All participants.
Yeah, superior.
Okay, so I guess that's it for today.
I hope you guys all